Late at night, when most people are winding down, TV becomes something familiar, something safe. Static glow in the living room, late-night shows, reruns, news anchors, sports commentary. A background presence, quiet and predictable. But on November 22nd, 1987, television in the city of Chicago became something else entirely. It started during a sports broadcast, a normal evening. Millions of televisions tuned in. The screen flickered just for a moment, the way it does when reception slips. But then it didn't return, the signal didn't correct itself. Instead, the broadcast disappeared, and something replaced it. A figure appeared on the screen, tall, thin, and unmoving, wearing a plastic mask, sharp, exaggerated features of a character from television known as Max Headroom. But this wasn't the real Max Headroom. This was something off. Low budget, distorted, unsettling. The background behind the figure wasn't a studio. It was just a sheet of metal, rocking back and forth, as though someone had created a makeshift set inside a storage room or basement. No one knew what they were looking at. There was no introduction, no explanation, just the masked figure. The audio was warped, high-pitched, glitching, trailing in and out like a failing cassette tape being chewed inside a machine. The figure moved its head abruptly, twitching, jerking, mechanical, unnatural. Then the broadcast returned. No mention, no explanation, no acknowledgement, just as if nothing had happened. Sports commentators carried on, unaware that in living rooms across the city, thousands of viewers were sitting in silence, staring at their screens, asking, "What was that? A glitch? A signal error? A joke?" Hours passed. Then it happened again, this time during a late-night episode of Doctor Who. The broadcast flickered, distorted, and then there he was again. The same mask, the same metal background. But this time the figure spoke. The voice was warped, but the words were intelligible. Strange mocking phrases, laughter that didn't match the facial movements. A performance that felt like someone trying to act human, but not quite managing it. The figure moved around erratically, gesturing, rambling, almost as if performing for someone behind the camera. And then, at the end of the broadcast, someone unseen appeared and struck the figure with a fly swatter, hard, while the masked person bent forward, yelping and laughing. And then it ended. Black screen, silence, and then normal programming as though the interruption had never happened at all. This wasn't just a strange prank. It wasn't a visual effect. It wasn't an accident. Someone had managed to hijack a major broadcast signal in one of the largest cities in the United States. This isn't a small thing. To do something like this, a person would need equipment powerful enough to override a licensed television signal. Antennas, transmitters, technical knowledge, a precise location, timing. This wasn't easy. This wasn't random. This was intentional. The Federal Communications Commission, the station engineers, and the FBI launched an investigation. They ran signal analysis. They traced broadcast towers. They examined studio relay patterns. They reviewed technician logs from the moment of the interruption, and they found nothing. The signal came from somewhere outside the main broadcast network. Someone had physically pointed a transmitter at the broadcast tower and flooded the relay signal with their own. The level of technical skill required was significant. Not something an average person could do, not something a child or bored teenager could have pulled off in 1987. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing. The video itself didn't help. It didn't contain any direct confession. No demands, no manifesto, just mockery and performance, like someone taking on a persona. The words were nonsense to the public, but investigators noticed something unsettling in the background noise. There was no room echo, no hum, no reverb, no spatial distortion. which meant the room they were in was extremely small. Close walls, confined space, a storage unit, a basement, somewhere isolated. And the metal sheet rocking behind the figure, it wasn't random. It was there to imitate the iconic digital backdrop used in the real Max Headroom show. Someone was trying to imitate something familiar, but in a way that felt twisted, wrong, slightly off reality. The investigation lasted years. Technicians were interviewed, radio operators, amateur broadcast hobbyists, surveillance groups. No suspect was ever identified. No group ever claimed responsibility. No explanation was ever given. The masked figure appeared. The city watched in confusion, and then they disappeared forever. But here's the part that disturbs people even now. To hijack a broadcast signal in 1987, you had to be physically close to the transmission tower. Someone in the city, someone watching, someone near thousands of people who had unknowingly seen his face, just hidden under plastic. He wasn't in another state. He wasn't across the country. He was there, watching the broadcast, watching the news report about the incident, watching the investigation unfold. Someone in Chicago, alive right now, knows exactly what happened that night. Someone out there has the original tape, the mask, the metal sheet backdrop, and to this day, they have never spoken.